Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Scoobalings, and welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack podcast. PlayStation's Horizon is coming to Switch. Just kidding, not really, kind of, sort of. Well, we will talk about it. How are you today, Donnie?
I'm good. I'm a little hungover.
No.
Like right from the start of the show. So if I'm a little loopier than normal, that'll be my excuse today. But hopefully I keep it together.
Fun night last night?
Yes, fun night last night. And tons of video games and all the things. And Jeff
Tell
and
me
Mike
all about it. I want to know.
I've been playing a bunch of the demos that are coming out of all these fests. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do. It's actually a big reason why I didn't want to like live stream over the events.
Yeah,
because I'm having
right into the games.
I'm having a lot of fun. Like while the announcements are happening, like I'm checking the Steam pages. I'm wishlisting the games that I want to play or to keep an eye on and follow, and consuming the stuff instead of creating my own.
And then you can talk about it when you play it. Well, that's going to be my day today, is checking out some of the demos and stuff. I didn't really get too much of a chance yesterday, but I wishlisted a lot of things.
So did I, like 50, like so many things.
Whoa.
And amongst other things, Kyle, so yeah, that's what I did last night. I just had like YouTube going on in one window and Steam going in another window and controller in hand, and was just kind of bouncing around trying to see all the things. That Jeff and Mike, they do the giant bomb at night for Summer Games Fest. I think this is the second year in a row that they've done it. Last night they had Casper Van Diem from Starship Troopers on their show. Like, he just came and sat down with them for like an hour.
Who?
Johnny Rico.
Who?
You've seen Starship Troopers, right?
I don't even know what that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in joining the Nintendo Shack, I can't take this abuse.
Well, it sounds like somebody famous, so I'm very happy for them. They are making it big time. I love that for them.
Yeah, they are. It was really cool to sit there and listen to them, and like I did the Future Games show and the Women in Gaming like direct presentation. I watched that. It's a fun time. It's not E3, but I still enjoy watching gaming commercials.
I'm glad that even though E3 does not exist anymore, there is still this. Like, there's still something, there's still, you're watching these presentations, you're looking forward to these things, you're finding out about games. Oh my God. I just want to say, after I found out how much some of that, how much it costs to be on that, I questioned some of the trailers that these people put up. I was like, you spent $250,000 per minute, and this is what you brought. This is what you decided on.
Yeah. Like if you saw a bunch of like Dreadwolf and Madden and FIFA and stuff, you're like, okay. But just to see some, like, I don't want to pile on.
I'm not going to call anybody out, but man, I just want to say, like,
I still think we should, like, I don't even want to get into it because, like, marketing is expensive. I know that. I'm not naive to think that it's not. And I understand how much gaming makes. Trust me, I read the numbers. I see the monthly charts and the annual revenues we talk about on the show. I get it. Still, to see anybody spending $500,000 to put a trailer in something, like when TikTok and YouTube is just there for anybody to, like, we'll find things. Like, I realize even if you're like I don't know, like I said, you could really go so far down the rabbit hole, and I don't want to. Like, even if you're like an unknown Steam game, that money is not going to get you, like, suddenly like relevant. Like, you're not going to sell 10 million copies because you were in the showcase.
Not necessarily going to, bring
there's
return
no
on investment.
Yeah, it just seems.
It costs $0 to get your game into the Wholesome Direct. Just saying.
Or the Day of the Devs. which is really nice, which I watched as well. We need to go back to doing the Rebecca Direct. It costs $0 to put your game in the Rebecca Direct.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the games that they reach out to like streamers and influencers, that's.
It just feels bizarre because like for a decade, all I've heard the gaming media regurgitate was how expensive E3 was and nobody could afford it. And that's why it went away. And it just sounds like Summer Games Fest is also still very expensive, and maybe it's less expensive, but it's also not like a trade show with customers and things on the floor. Like it's just a YouTube. It's a digital event.
Yeah.
It's like get together with your other publishers, and like that's why Devolver and Annapurna.
I don't know if you put this in the notes, but my favorite part of the main Summer Game Fest showcase was hearing that Innersloth, the creators of Among Us, decided to create their own publishing studio, Outer Sloth, because they said, oh my God, we've reached such success with Among Us because of you guys. So we want to help, fund small games that might not have the chance, to make it. They're a publishing company now for small games, and I love that. That was so cool to hear.
That's what I was thinking about when you see all that money come out, and you're like, why don't y'all just band together and do your own thing?
Yeah. Like, what a genius idea. Outer Sloth. That's great. Inner Sloth for their own games, Outer Sloth for their publishing. That is so genius.
Yeah, we need more indie labels. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So
well, do you want to talk about any like demos or anything that stood out to you, or do you want to jump into like talking about the shows and then
I think it'll come out
chime in
naturally as we go through these. I do want to say I've been playtesting for weeks Skim, which is that shadow hopping game that we've seen a couple times in directs. I like it. It's really good. It's really interesting. It's like a platformer, right? But like I love how they're like characters or cars or objects or things that'll like cast a shadow that'll merge with your shadow and then go away. And I love how seamless that little transition works. Like it's so finite. Like you can move like within the rails of a fence. Like it's not like just big globs. I don't know. I'm just kind of impressed. It's got a cool style. It's a neat puzzle game.
Is that the one that's like in black and white?
Yeah, it's like monochrome. It's not black and white, but it's like two-tone.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the levels are like it'll be like yellow and red or like blue and green. Like it's very kaleidoscopic.
Yeah.
It's neat. It's neat. It's a neat indie game. But I think the rest will come out as I thought it was Shim, and I think he said Skim on the thing.
Okay.
Anyway, I think it'll come out in the news.
Cool.
Have you been playing anything before we get started?
Besides like a couple little, games that released or, demos or whatever, Splatoon 3 is having big run, which is like instead of like one mega giant boss, all three of the mega giant bosses come. Can I just say that it's too hard? It's way too hard. First of all, if you play with randoms, you have no chance at all. And then I like to think I'm pretty good at it. Josh is pretty good at it. I have, a friend who is amazing at Salmon Run, and he invited his friend who is amazing at Salmon Run, like highest rank, whatever. It's so hard. We couldn't. Yes, there were like some rounds that we didn't complete all three waves. The furthest I've been able to do is take down one of the three bosses. I don't know how people do it. Our record for number of eggs is 120. To get the gold trophy, it's 135. It's too hard. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, we're good and we're frustrated, and you can't play with randoms because there's no chance. So,
bummer.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, we're on a time clock because Xbox is going to talk here.
At 1.
90 minutes. So
Josh has to wake up for that.
Nintendo Switch Online has added 5 Mega Man games to the base service. You can play Dr. Wily's Revenge as well as Mega Man 2 through 5. Or 1 through, they had 2 through 5, I think. Mega Man 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I said okay, and Ash Paulson yelled at me on Twitter, and I think Mike Minotti blocked me.
Good. You're doing good. These are all positive social media signs. All right, so let's talk about Summer Games Fest. So obviously Jeff had the showcase, which was highlighted undoubtedly by Lego Horizons Adventures, the long oft-rumored Lego game for PlayStation's Horizon franchise is real. It is confirmed, launching day and date on PS5, PC, and Nintendo Switch. This game is coming out everywhere but an Xbox.
That's funny. Ouch. Ouch.
So I was shocked because since this rumor came out, I've been on this doesn't make any sense. Why would you make a Lego game with one of your franchises that is exclusive to your hardware? Like, you wanted to reach new players, you would put it on Switch. Now, every time I said that on this show or PSVG, because I've been talking about this for like a month, I always came to the caveat like, well, PlayStation's not going to do that. Like, they're actually not going to make a game for Switch, but they totally
but what you talked about last week, like me and Josh were talking about it. You're so right that this is the best advertising that they can do. Like, what a great way to get, more people interested in Alloy and the Horizon lore and, want to be interested in the franchise. Like, you're not losing anything by making that not exclusive. Then make the next Horizon game exclusive. How many people are going to jump over to PS5? It's brilliant.
I also think there's probably a lot of PlayStation owners that and they probably have some sort of data for this, that also have Switches. And I think that might be a part of it. And then I was thinking about this in my head, because you're right. All of that reasoning, I think, is why it's here on Switch. But I also think there might be something else here. I wonder if they're positioning this to maybe like gauge the market for bringing a handheld. I wonder if they're like, what if we put one of our franchises on a handheld? Like, what would it do? Like, we think we could do a handheld, but like, what would it do? Like, the Switch has 100 million of them. If we put something over there, how many people will buy it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I
don't know if that's a big reason, but I think that's good data for them.
Yeah.
Can I just say real quick that this Lego thing is out of control? Like, oh my God. They're making a Pharrell Williams. Is that how you say his name?
Pharrell.
Yeah.
Drop it like it's hot.
Piece by piece, they're making a movie about him in Legos.
Really? Are they really?
Biopic? Is that how you say that word?
Biopic.
Biopic.
I think some people say biopic.
What? Like what?
I didn't know that. That's all news to me, but that's pretty wild.
You're deciding to make your movie
why are we doing biographies of Lego?
Because Lego's popular. Lego is popular.
That's why they're doing the $400, $300 Deku tree.
Like, do people even play with Legos anymore, or is it just the Lego media now?
Which, again, on PSVG, we also discuss how to say Deku. Deku. I don't know. I'm going to keep saying Deku tree.
Deku.
I think the Horizon game looks great. I'm absolutely going to buy it. It comes out this year.
I'll probably try it.
Are you into Lego games?
I have played some Lego game ish, kind of. Like, I've tried them. The Harry Potter one I tried some of.
Okay.
And I tried the Lego Fortnite.
Yeah, I got into that for like 2 days myself. It wasn't super great.
It's just like Minecraft.
Yeah. I was hoping for a bit more game, I guess. Like, I was hoping for a bit more structure.
But I would try this. This could be a gateway into Horizon Zero Dawn for me.
I love Horizon and Aloy.
Yeah.
Horizon Forbidden West was excellent. It's an excellent game. Everybody with a PlayStation should buy it. And a PC. It's on PC too. Well, I do know that Aloy, this is a brand that like PlayStation believes in. That's another reason why they would want to bring this to PC and Switch. Like, they're making a TV show.
One of their biggest franchises.
Yeah, like this thing is kind of going places. So I think this is awesome. This is very surprising.
There's a TV show coming? Really?
Yeah, I think it's either a movie or TV show. I think it's a TV show. I think it's like a Netflix show or something.
Wow. Okay.
I don't really follow those things, but like Delvin and Dev, like we brought up in the news often for a while.
I like it because it's a strong female lead.
Well, Aloy's great. Yeah, she's great. It's a really awesome universe too. It's very like Jurassic Park and sci-fi and futuristic. It's very cool. Okay. Sonic and Shadow Generations got a trailer during the show. It's out October 22nd. It's $50. It's not too bad. It's got a collector's edition.
Okay.
Nothing?
No.
Sonic Generations is like the best of it. It's like the best of it. I'm gonna get it.
Okay, be my guest. Go for it.
Did you see that there's a Shadow, like an open area, like Sonic Frontiers just for Shadow in the game?
I think I was looking at the back of my eyeballs for that trailer.
Oh, you missed it then. You got to go back and rewatch it, Rebecca.
Okay.
Civ 7 is launching on Switch next year.
Cool.
Says 2K. You can play Civilization.
I don't play Civ, but I know a lot of people who do.
I wonder if they mean Switch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We have the next game from the Gree developers, which we've seen before, but we got another trailer for Neva. Again, another Deku tree here. Yeah. What's with him with picking words nobody knows how to pronounce? Gree, Gris,
right? Gree is like actually a French and Spanish word.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought. But the game looks really good still. And then you put in Deer and Boy.
Yeah, Deer and Boy. I'm getting that one. It looks so good.
It does look pretty good. Yeah, I wrote that down on my list as well. That's another one I've wish listed.
Yep.
So that gets us through the Summer Games Fest show. Before we move to the next one, just how did you watch the show for one? And if you did, what did you think?
I feel like it went in waves for me of like, oh my God, this is really cool stuff. Oh my God, this is boring. Get me out of here. What are you doing? Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this.
Coaster, huh?
Yeah, there were like chunks of like, I'm interested in a couple things in a row, and then chunks of like, why is this still going on?
Yeah,
I'm glad it was only 2 hours.
I liked it. It was like, it was good. Like that's like I don't want to be any harsher than that. Like it was better than all right, but it wasn't amazing. Like it was good.
The day of the devs afterwards was immediately so much better.
Yeah, maybe. I'd have to go back. Moving on to Devolver, we celebrated Volvi's birthday with a bunch of different games. Their first announcement was that co-op will be coming to Cult of the Lamb with the Unholy Alliance update on August 12th. You can play. That's
cool. I might try it.
It might be a great like boyfriend girlfriend game now if you can both play. That's really nice. Other games, we got the next game from Hyper Light Drifter Heart Machine, Possessors, which looked really neat. They talked about it. It's like I put an article in the Discord. I can't remember, but it was something like it's a platformer inspired by like platform fighting games like Smash Bros. Looks great. It's very much like kind of their type of thing. Angerfoot finally releases July 11th. You can play Angerfoot and go kick the shit out of anything that stands in your way.
Oh, that's the colorful one.
Yeah, where you just like kick you can kick I've played the demo and beta tested this.
Yeah.
You can kick the door in, and when you kick the door and the door smashes against the wall behind it, and if there's a person there, it'll just smash into the person.
This is the Donnie game.
It never gets old, like kicking a door into somebody's face. Like it is always entertaining.
This looks right up your alley.
Yeah, I'm all in on Angerfoot. And then the other games that were in the show is Tenjitsu, The Crush House, which is a thirst-person shooter. What do you think about that, Rebecca? Do you want to play a thirst-person shooter?
Yeah.
You just go around. It's like a reality TV series, like a dating reality TV show, and you go around trying to get shots of canoodling couples or whatever. Whatever that is.
That's funny. That is so funny.
And the Talos Principle 2 Road.
I still need to play the first one.
Yeah,
I have the first one on my backlog.
Are you going to play it?
Eventually.
We'll see.
You don't think I'll like it?
Kicks door. What's up, everyone? No, I have no idea. I'm just I do think Possessors look cool. The Devolver Showcase was wild because we got this guy. He's got Volvi like locked up, and we're seeing all of these very like dark, strange scenes in between trailers, which I was loving.
It's such a production. I love how much
the tension. Yeah, like the tension that they're building. I was like, we were like 10 seconds into this, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great because you just know like where Devolver is going to go with it. And then, it was okay. It was okay show, just like last year. It was like, it's fun. I like the Volvi thing, but has yet to reach the highs of previous Devolver shows of the past. And then at the Future Games Show, I wrote down a couple standouts that I thought. All of these, by the way, we're just kind of talking about the Switch games that was presented this weekend. At the Future Games Show, we got Sacrifier, which is this homage to 90s RPGs. Definitely not a game I'm going to play. Definitely a game that I wanted to highlight because it looks amazing. Like,
I did not watch the Future Game Show, so I'm going to be looking these up as we go.
Well, Sacrifier looks amazing. Like right down the RPG cave, Garrett Bland. I mean, it just looks really, really
yeah, it's
great.
like that HT 2D style.
It's very nice. Very nice. Nico DeRico it's a side-scrolling platformer in the vein of like a Crash or a Spyro, they say. Not like that they're the same, but like trying to be that character mascot platforming game that has David Wise doing the music. Donkey Kong Country and Battletoads soundtrack, David Wise, for anyone that didn't know.
Ooh.
So that's a nice little standout there. Metal Suits is a side-scrolling shoot 'em up, and Rebecca, I have played the demo. This is one of the games that I was playing last night. Metal Suits is awesome, actually. And I kind of wish it was in I wish it was like in the Devolver Show or had more eyes on. Anybody that has a PC, you can go play the demo. Side-scrolling, like shoot 'em up action adventure game. But the thing is that like its hook, its gimmick, I guess, is it's kind of Kirby-ish. Every so often you can either find, uncover, or a suit will be like sent to you. It'll be like landed. There's like this AI character and it'll like fall from the sky, like kind of like Titanfall. And every suit has its own power up, its own special ability. And it's very like Kirby Mario in that way, at that the suits are very different. Like I had like an electric guitar that could like electrify people, and you get like discs that like hover around you that you can fling around, or you get like an old school Western in which like a big boomstick shotgun, and they just kind of change it all up. And it's very kind of like faux superhero, like in nature and the vibes.
This character looks straight out of like 80s TV show, like, you know, superhero kind of.
Yeah. So I like that one a lot. For Delvin out there, Duck Detective, The Secret Salami is out now. You can play it right now. It's on Switch. It's shadow dropped. Go get your Secret Salami. It's out there. It's waiting for you.
All right.
And then Mandragoria. This is a 2.5 side-scrolling action RPG that's like Metroidvania and Souls-like. It's coming this year. It looks awesome. This might be one of the
way you describe it, it sounds hard.
It looks hard, but it also like visually, it looks like one of the more impressive games from these showcases, from the indie games that I saw on Switch.
Huh.
A lot of the games that I played, it's like I played Sonokumi, Clockwork Ambrosia. Let's see here. What are the other ones that I played? First Dwarf I played, which we'll get into. Hell of an Office, Hollow Body. They're all very indie-ish and like experimental, you know, unpolished. Like, you know, like Mandragoria looks like something Nintendo might have put in their showcase.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe they will. Maybe that will be in the direct.
Yeah.
What was the one? It might not be coming to Switch, but what was that cat one that you tagged me in?
Which one?
The cat one where you're like a stray cat.
Copycat.
Yes, I wish listed that one.
Yeah, that's where like a cat takes your place.
Oh my god, I'm so there.
It's It's Time Cop, but with cats.
I'm there. Looks great.
That was in the IGN pre-show. This is all I've been doing. My wife was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I've watched 900 indie games." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "My brain is mush." I've watched
900 advertisements today.
Yeah, it's like my brain is mush. I can't remember where one game begins and the other one ends. Like it's everywhere.
I'm ad maxing.
Before we move on, because I don't know if I have it here. Yeah, I want to talk about another one that I played, and that is the First Dwarf, which wasn't announced for Switch, but like on all of the Nintendo blogs, they're all covering it. So I assume that at some point, it was believed to be coming for Switch, but they have a demo on PC. It's going to early access soon. I posted screenshots of it in the Discord and on Twitter. The First Dwarf is a base building like survival craft game. It's like a tree puncher where you control a mech and like a Spyro dragon partner. So you have like a mech that you can drive around as like this dwarf with a hammer. You can jump into this mech and go around and break stuff and punch trees and get rocks and stuff to build stuff. Or you can switch characters and become the Spyro the Dragon and fly around and burn things. I played this game for like 3 hours yesterday, like the demo.
Wow.
Because it's impressingly like polished. Very good. Like this is as good as any of these Mines of Moria, Valheim, like that sort of game. It's right there. If this comes to Switch, I'm like day one on this game when it comes to Switch.
Awesome. Yeah, this looks cool.
It does. And I really enjoyed it. And it's very nice looking. But like it's one of the better like survival craft games that I've seen mapped to controller. I played the whole thing with my controller and didn't miss a beat. Like, it's very. It
looks like they make a grid kind of thing when you're building, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And you can like pick your different, like you have to like farm mana from the earth, and you like make like a mana well, and you make like a stone quarry and a wood quarry and all that. It's very nice. Okay. Moving on. Kicking off. So this was before all of the stuff we just covered. The Guerrilla Collective had a presentation where they showed over 70 indie games.
All that.
I watched every one of them. I watched 70 indie games. And when I was at the end of it, I was just like, how does anybody remember anything they just watched?
Yeah. I also watched the Wholesome Direct yesterday, and there were 70 indie games in that one too.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so hard. How do you stand out amongst 70 games? Like even if you see a trailer, you're like, that's cool. If you're not writing it down, by the time you get to the end, you're not going to be able to remember.
Yeah. I don't know about how long the Guerrilla Collective was, but the Wholesome Direct was only an hour. So they fit 70 games into an hour.
2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
So some of the things that I wrote down as we one of the things that was in there was Clock Tower and Rebecca. The hype is building.
Oh,
this is the trailer that like I needed to see, because what we've seen so far is like, here's some music, here's what the game looks like, but we've yet to really determine like how much better is this than just like a ROM of the game. Well, this was the trailer to tell you that. So you can now save anywhere in the game at any moment.
Oh, that's great.
You can rewind to any save that you want at any moment. You can load previous saves to get different endings, because Clock Tower has multiple endings. There is now a rewind feature. So if you die or something, you make the wrong choice, you can rewind if you're like playing, you don't want to restart from a save.
So difficulty won't be a barrier for people.
Correct. And that's good, because this game is like, I would say hard, but really tedious, because it's procedural. So it's a lot of walking around, trying to figure out which room to get, like trying to figure out what button to push to advance the story, to like trigger the next event. It has a new animated intro, and there's a manga for the game. They've taken that and they've voiced the actual comic scenes that will play in the game. So there's like voiceover cutscenes.
Oh, that's great.
Animated.
Wow.
There's also multiple border options. There's new vocal tracks. There's new music. When they ported the game from the Super Nintendo, the Super Famicom, to the PlayStation 1, they added in a couple like new rooms and like some new events. That's all been restored to the original ROM. It's been completely localized and translated for the first time, not like a fan translation. This is all professional work. It will include a director interview with Hifumi Kono, the active director and lead designer of the game, and it launches this fall.
Now, this is the kind of, remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it, that everybody wishes for, that you want all of this love to go into it, not just, slight upgrade in textures or, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, they put in a lot of work. This is by far and away the definitive edition of the game. They also talked about you'll be able to run faster. There'll be more encounters with Scissor Man, because they want to make it more, more modern, more thrilling.
Okay.
So all of that's in there too, while maintaining the original art style and everything with the game. So
that's great.
And the original ROM, if you don't want any of these upgrades, you can also play the original ROM on the game too.
Ah, okay. You're like, nah, these changes suck.
Yeah, you get both. You get Clock Tower, and then you get Clock Tower Rewind.
That's good. That's really good.
Do
you think more people went and pre-ordered the collector's edition after seeing this?
No. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing that makes me laugh. I so badly want everybody to play Clock Tower. I understand that this isn't the one that like I want you to play. I want you to play America's PlayStation Clock Tower. But like I go to the Reddit. I've been in the Clock Tower Reddit for like 10 years. There's like 800 people in the Reddit. That's so small. Like there's like probably a Yoshi Reddit that has like 8 million people in it or something. You know, like there's so few people that I think care. No, I don't think a lot of people want to go buy it. But I'm hopeful that people actually try the game. But just know this isn't the game that I've been talking about for 10 years. This is the prequel.
You can tell this is a very, that this is such a passion project for the developers then.
Well, this game is like iconic. It kind of is like that first survival horror for so many people. You know, like a lot of the games that we come to love, like in the late 90s, those survival horror games, like they kind of owe this game. You know, this game crawled so they could walk or run or whatever the thing is. Killing Time Resurrected was the next game from Night Dive Studios, was announced during the Guerrilla Showcase. Have you ever played this game or heard of this game?
No.
Neither have I. And I wrote it down because it looks right down my alley. This looks amazing. So I wrote down a couple facts from the Wikipedia and a blog page. This game came out in November of 1995 on the 3DO. It's a horror comedy first-person shooter that has like an open area, open world. A lot of people claim it to be the precursor to something like BioShock, which would come later. So it's kind of like the OG version of that. It's a very story-heavy, open-world first-person shooter game. The unusual aspect of the game is that live-action, full-motion video characters sometimes overlap with the real gameplay without breaking to a cutscene. So they kind of do the FMV layer, kind of like Hellblade, where they'll play it over your gameplay at the same time.
It has scary clowns.
It does have scary clowns. Acclaim purchased the rights to Killer Time on consoles in 96, and they announced that they were going to be porting it, but the plans were scrapped before they could ever finish it. This game was awarded the 3DO Adventure Game of the year that it released. And in 1996, Game Master ranked the 3DO version second on their all-time Game Master 3DO list. So if you haven't seen it, I love most everything that Night Dive does. And this is like their next big one. And after watching the trailer and a couple YouTubers talk about it, I was like, this game looks awesome. So
it looks more like your thing, and I'm very excited for you. I just don't like scary clowns.
I gotcha. Well, I've got some more stuff. Hopefully we'll get you back. Okay. Some headlines. Intelligent Systems updated their website with a new game tag, Pushmo, which has been fueling the rumors that have been going around for the last 45 days or so.
Yeah.
That we might be seeing the return of Pushmo.
Okay. So, I've never gotten into Pushmo, but I know it has a fan base.
3DS. Yeah, it's been like, I think somebody said it's been like 9 years since Pushmo was released.
Really?
And that makes me feel very old.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The creature collecting, deck building, life sim Moonstone Island hits Switch June 19th. That's soon.
I've played that on my Steam Deck. I haven't played a lot of it. I've only played a few hours. This is a really good one. I know there's a lot of farm sim, a lot of life sim. There's a lot of that out there. This is a good one. There is a lot to do in this game. It's like they couldn't pick their genre. You have that the deck building type of like RPG battles. Mm-hmm. You have collecting, like you can collect the creatures like in Pokemon. You have the farming, you have the romance, the dating sim parts of it. Like it has everything. There is an overwhelming amount of content. Like there's a lot.
Well, it comes out soon. It's like next week.
Yeah, if you need something to like kind of fill that Stardew Valley void or whatever, like try this one, Moonstone Island.
10 days away. Mm-hmm. Jess asked, are you watching the F1 race today? Probably not, because we've got to get past this so I can get to the Xbox show. So it probably won't be until after I watch the Xbox showcase. But I'm eager to see Max put the Mercedes behind him. Mercedes got the pole yesterday for like the first time in like 3 years. So a lot of the Mercedes fans are really excited. And I have a friend of mine, he's a giant Mercedes fan, and I've been bugging him about it since yesterday. I'm like, just wait till Max put you guys in the rearview mirror. Farlands is a kind of a long off waited game. It's coming to Switch next year, 2025 for Farlands. Looks good. Not my sort of thing, your sort of thing, I think. Harry Potter's Quidditch was a game that was announced, and it's coming to Switch 2 on September 3rd.
Next.
Yeah. Dredge is getting an expansion called the Iron Rig. It's out on the 15th, but it's also getting a $100 physical collector's edition, which is pre-orderable right now at Best Buy if you want one. So I really love Dredge, but not enough to buy. Not enough to buy a collector's edition. I keep questioning if I want to like take time out of my gaming schedule to go back and play any of these expansions that they've released. Maybe one day. Speaking of Night Dive, that wasn't the only thing they announced. They announced that they're remastering The Thing, which was a horror survival first-person shooter on some console I didn't look as much into this one. But yeah, they made a game adaptation of the famous movie, and that it's coming to Switch later this year. And I've never played this. I didn't even know that was a game that existed, so I will definitely be getting that for sure. Announced on the Giant Bomb couch by Mike and Jeff and Giant Bomb Company, Balatro is getting a physical copy coming this fall. So,
that's good. That's good. A lot of people will get that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
They'll double dip.
Yacht Club Games will be having a broadcast on the 14th celebrating 10 years of Shovel Knight. So there'll probably be some stuff there. Right now on the eShop, there is a Mega Extreme Fun sale going on through the 16th. Matchbox Driving Adventures is coming to Switch this September. And then Ukulele, the original, is getting an enhanced definitive edition with new controls, camera, secrets, mechanics, challenges, and accessibility options. And they're calling it Yuka Replayly.
Josh is excited about this one.
Is he really?
He is. He says that Ukulele deserves another chance.
I'm actually inclined to agree with him. I did not like the controls in the first one. That's why I never got it. Like the second one was way better. Ukulele in the Impossible Lair, I was like, this is amazing.
Well, it was a different genre,
of course. So I'm kind of interested in Yuka Replayly. I am not buying a whole new full version, like full retail price. Like there should be an upgrade or something.
Yeah, I don't know if there will be.
Yeah. Echo Generation is heading to Nintendo Switch later this month, also on the 19th. I think I pointed this out to you when it came to Game Pass some time ago. Did you see this trailer?
No, I don't think so. I'll look it up.
This game is it should appeal, I think, to Earthbound fans. Like the Stranger Things fans, the Goonies fans.
Oh, I did see. Yeah, I did see this trailer. Yeah.
Turn-based battles. I played it on Game Pass. Tis very good. Echo Generation is very good. Okay. So anybody that's into like that adventure, little turn-based battling, you should look into Echo Generation.
I don't know if I'm vibing with the art style, but I think otherwise
it's like voxely.
Yeah, I'm not really big on that.
Gotcha. Do you ever play Tangent? Do you ever play Resogun?
No.
Download it on PlayStation. You've got a PlayStation 5. Download Resogun and play it. I love that game. It's voxely.
Okay.
Never mind. This one's for me. The Transylvania Adventure of Simon Quest is a parody homage to Castlevania. It's set in a dark 8-bit world where rival Stan Helsing is robbed Simon of fame by killing Count Dracula first. And you have to reclaim your glory by resurrecting Dracula piece by piece and slaying the Dark Count yourself. They've made a parody of Castlevania.
Parody games.
And it just looks like Castlevania. Like when they
literally does. It literally looks exactly like it.
It looks exactly
it would fool me. And his name is Simon.
Right. So I had to shout that one out. In seeing all of these many indie games, as I came across a few of them, I pitched to Rebecca. I was like, "Hey, check these out. I think you might like them." And
these are the ones you sent me.
These are the ones I sent you. So what did you think?
I think out of those I wish listed Little Problems. But you gotta sell me on the other ones. This Urban Myth Dissolution Center. What is this?
So that was it's really dark. It's like this very dark sleuth, solve the crime, solve the puzzle type thing. And I know that you do have that dark side about you. I don't know how that channels into games, but I was like, maybe, because she kind of does the puzzling and the kind of thing. And I thought you might be into that. And the style looked really cool. It does look
The style does look cool. Yeah.
And then the secret of Crystal Mountain was just, little glider, Zelda-y.
Oh, yeah. Hey, this one also kind of feels like a short hike vibes also.
Yeah.
He's delivery fox.
So I thought you might like that.
Yeah.
It's G-Man, Rebecca. Okay.
Picks. I like that he has a little top hat in that one.
Yes.
It's very cute.
That is a definitive no. It was. She hit my Resogun so hard, she destroyed it. She's like, absolutely not.
I didn't say. Okay. Give me your shout outs and then we're going to hit questions.
Yeah, my shout outs. Lego Horizon, of course. Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. I've never played a Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Oh, it's fun.
I don't know anything about it. I haven't watched the movie. I have no idea. But this game, I've seen it twice now. This game looks like a Clock Tower game.
Oh.
That's why I was interested the first time I saw it. I was like, this looks like Clock Tower. And we just saw it again, and it does. It does look like Clock Tower. Power Rangers Rita's Revenge. Absolutely. That game, it's a beat 'em up with Power Rangers, classic Streets of Rage, Mutant Ninja Turtles, but Power Rangers. And I was like, absolutely. That was
heck yeah.
When I heard the theme music, I was sitting, we were watching with Jack, and I was like, fuck yeah, be a beat 'em up. I was like, be a beat 'em up game.
You're more into the Power Rangers thing. Like that was a little
before your time.
A little before me, but also for boys.
You were like also probably on the third or fourth generation of Power. Like the
I was probably like not the good Power Rangers.
I was there for the OG.
Yeah.
UFO 50.
Yeah, I'm getting this one.
Me too.
This looks like the most unique thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it's nice. We need more. Like we get this a lot with like party games, but like I would like to see more compilations.
Well, I was not on board with this until they said about how it intertwines with each other. Like there's recurring characters, there's a storyline that's overarching. Like there's some that you're not going to vibe with, but there's other that you will vibe with. Like it sounds so unique. I definitely, and they're all unlocked from the start. So it's not like progression. Like you can pick which ones you want to play. I'm getting that.
Why do you think I'm getting it?
I don't know why.
Golf. There's a golf game.
Oh my god! Of course.
Golf. I was like, oh my god, the golf.
Gotta get it.
Gotta get it.
Gotta get golf.
If it golfs, I'll play it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the news.
All right. Yeah, it's a good time. And then we got the Xbox thing today.
Mm-hmm. Very excited.
Do you think there will be anything notable that comes to Switch from Xbox this show?
That's a good question. Honestly, one I probably should have thought about already, and I didn't. And I don't. Unless they want to talk about, like, I would expect anything like that to be at the Switch showcase, not this one.
Yeah.
So I think the stuff that still might come to Switch will be like Sea of Thieves and things like I think some of those will probably come over at some point.
Yeah.
One of their indie stuff. I don't think they're going to have a whole lot of games like that today. I think the games they're going to have today are going to be like big production, Doom, Gears, Indiana Jones stuff. But by all accounts, it sounds like a great game. I guess the hope would be Banjo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why that one's watching it today for that.
They have a contract with Toys for Bob. I
think it's too early
to finish their Spyro thing. I agree with you, Rebecca, but I will say this to give them hope. Xbox is never been above showing a game 5 years too early.
That's a good point.
So they totally could have an agreement with Toys for Bob to finish your Spyro game and make a Banjo, and they could announce that today. They could have like a picture of Banjo's face and just say, we're currently in active development, and that might be enough.
That is a good point.
So,
Silk Song, yes or no?
Yes.
All right.
The question is it out today? It might be out today.
Ooh.
I would expect it not to be, but it might.
I feel like it's like a late June or July.
Me too. And I think because they'll double down, I think they'll show it at the Nintendo Direct too.
Me too.
Yeah. So, and if it is later, so if it's like Silk Song comes out January or June 19th. That's going to be, I'm going to immediately go, is that when the direct is?
Good point. Yeah.
I did that the other day. I'm not sure. We didn't put this in the notes, but Lollipop Chainsaw is getting a trailer later this week.
Yes, I need that game to tank hard.
Oh, God. Why do you do this to me?
Because I took it against Haley in Fantasy Critic.
It's one of my favorite games.
Counterpicked it.
Well,
I'm
it's probably
sorry.
A good counterpick.
I hope it's good, but I hope it reviews terribly. I'm sorry.
It's getting a trailer releasing later this week. And it was the first time I thought, I was like, could that be when the direct is happening? Could it be a Nintendo Direct type of trailer? I don't know.
Why would that come to Switch?
Well, they said that their launch trailer will announce platforms, and I think it's going to come to Switch.
Oh, okay.
So that could be there. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's
got through that a lot faster than I thought.
Yeah, we did.
We plowed.
We have a lot of questions from last week too.
Mm-hmm.
Are those still in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Starting off with Kyle the Pug, what were some of your favorite reveals during the Summer Game Fest and Wholesome Direct? For me, it was Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, Nova, Pop Champs, and Kitsune Tales. Oh yeah, those were shown during the Wholesome Games. They were very cute. I have already downloaded and played Pool. It's like a Suika game clone. It was fun for 2 rounds, and then I'll probably never play it again. And I downloaded Simpler Times, which is not what I thought it was going to be, but I'll probably keep playing it.
For me, definitely Horizon Lego, Power Rangers, like they take the cake. I'm interested in this Wolfhound game. It's like an 8-bit Metroidvania that's like kind of Metal Gear, like old school Metal Gear looking. And Sonokumi, which looks like Hotline Miami meets Katana Zero.
Ooh.
Yeah. If anybody, Sonokumi, Sonokumi. That game, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play the shit out of that. That looks awesome.
Nice.
So those are like my shout outs.
All right.
Oh, hang on. Post Trauma and Hollow Body, both of which I played. There was a lot of great horror games. Like if you're into horror, survival horror, there's definitely a movement happening right now for a bunch of that to come out of the indie space. I think I've seen like 20 of those games so far. And both of those, like Post Trauma, like trippier. Hollow Body is like legit old school fixed camera Resident Evil type indie game, which was also pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I'm going to play a lot of demos today, so maybe I'll talk more about demos that I played next week.
Awesome.
Brendan says, what Nintendo games made you go, wow, how did they make it feel that magical? For me, it's the beginning of The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, right from the start, from the rain when you go into the dark world. That is true. That is a very good example, Brendan.
That's why I play that series. I think Legend of Zelda more than any game has always given me that feeling.
Yep.
I think of Ocarina had multiple moments like that. Like when you run out into the field in 1996 and you're like,
it feels huge.
It feels gigantic. Like that was open world back in the day.
And then when you pull the Master Sword and everything is 7 years in the future and you're like, what?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wind Waker, especially with the castle scenes in Wind Waker, like definitely have that magical moment.
Breath of the Wild, not just like leaving the little Cave of Resurrection. Obviously that was a moment, but stepping foot onto the world after the Great Plateau, I'll never forget that feeling.
I still have that feeling. Like,
where do I go? This is a big, strange world.
See, that's for me, and not to reopen this wound, but for me, that's kind of the difference between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Is Breath of the Wild still gives me that feeling. I'll go back and open my save and just glide, and I'm like, this game was next level, man. Look how great. Yeah. And not to take anything away from Tears of the Kingdom at all. It's just like more of that, right? Like you expect, so like, yeah, I still have that special feeling, but I love that about the Zelda series. That's what I look to it for. I don't know how many other series give me that feeling.
That's just the one.
It might be. It really might be. Because like like other ones, I think maybe like emotionally, like I'll get hit with like something like in narrative, and I'll be like, wow, like they really, went there. Like you get you feeling things. I like games like that, but not that not that whimsical, like magical feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Zelda, I did play a game this past week on Game Pass called Haunty. Have you seen that?
No.
Hanuntii. Haunty. When I first saw this, I was not ready for what I was expecting. I mean, for what I encountered. When I first saw it, I saw like a dash and like you kind of like shoot, and I was like, okay, so it's like, it's like a Death's Door, like a Hollow Knight, like this sort of thing. It's not. It's very Zelda-ish. Like they have little like chests and stuff that you open and da 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 da, and so they kind of wear it on their sleeves, but it's I don't know, it's really hard to explain. You do have like a light attack and a dash, but it's just like you can possess things around you. Like you could possess the trees and make them fall over. You can possess like crystals and shoot extra stuff. It's very ornate. It just wasn't what I was expecting. I've only just played it.
Yeah. I'll look that one up.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Jay says, in what year will we be playing Sony's Spider-Man on a Nintendo system? I wouldn't count it out.
Yeah. This will drive things going for a long time. Like this is going to be wild. Like I think the online fodder, the console wars is going to be flipped on its head, and you got PlayStation putting stuff out on
the
Switch.
Lego Spider-Man Hyrule Knight says.
I think the one question I've seen a lot of people is like, so when is Nintendo going to put something on another system? Because everybody else is doing it.
No, they're not. They don't need to.
Yeah, I think they're good. They're like, nah, we're fine.
TPR says, Pushmo was my favorite 3DS Wear title from the eShop. I am so excited to hear it might return. Frankly, made the best use of the 3D slider outside of Super Mario 3D Land. He asks, what are some of your favorite 3DS eShop exclusive games? Ooh, that's a good question.
It is one that I wish I...
Pocket Card Jockey is a big favorite for a lot of people. That was 3DS eShop exclusive.
Forgot about that. Because we had Pocket Card Jockey and we had a Rusty's Real Deal Baseball. No, you never played that? Oh, that's a thing. That was pretty cool for a minute. Then they had like the claw game, the hand claw game with the bunny. I don't know. The only thing that comes to mind is Ironfall for me, which I played. I mean, I've talked about a bunch. Ironfall was a shooter. It came out with the circle stick. It's kind of like Gears of War on the 3DS. Would be like the best elevator pitch I could give it.
Okay. Yeah, I never really played any of these. I know I'm missing out.
Yeah. I don't know. There's like a lot of Picross games and stuff like that, but I played a lot of them, but without pulling out my 3DS, I don't think I can.
Oh, their Wholesome Games Showcase, or Wholesome Direct had a Picross clone. They're calling it Squeakross, where it's like a little mouse. And you like kind of make furniture items for a house for your little mouse or rat or whatever it is. It looks really cute.
Cool.
Any other 3DS eShop exclusives?
I'm sure there are, but nothing's coming to mind.
All right. Oh gosh. G-Man says, what did you think of Volvy's 15th birthday party? Okay, so you tweeted to download that Tamagotchi for Volvy. So I'm like, oh, this looks cute. So I downloaded it, and like all these like firewall warnings, like do not download or run programs that are like suspicious. And I'm like, whatever, it's Devolver, it's fine.
It's fine.
So I downloaded it and opened it up, and like this cute little Volvy, and there's all these buttons, but only one button works. Yeah. And it's to clean up his shit every time he takes a massive dump. And then, so he takes his shit and you clean it up and he's like happy again. And that's the whole game. Well,
that was the Tamagotchi experience for the most part.
No, but it was better than that. You could feed it. You could play with it. It had like, no, it was not just cleaning up his dump. I do that with this one. I clean out his poop in his box. And now that's on my computer, Donnie Reese.
Did you see any of the other stuff that they were doing with their website? And did you see any of that going around or trending?
I didn't.
So at the end of their show, they said if you go to our website, we may have more. There might be more things for you to find.
Okay.
And that was one of them. Was the virtual pet thing, which is why I tweeted it out.
Got it.
If you inspected their page,
oh my god,
and pulled up their HTML, they had a bunch of game codes and stuff hidden in the HTML to that page.
What?
And you could get free games on Steam and stuff. They had like 50 of them.
Did you get any?
No, I didn't find out until afterwards.
Because
I spent all the time going like, oh, I found Volvi. Because I think I was one of the first people to point out the ePet.
Wow.
Because that was on, you had to click on the logo of the website and then it brought you to that download.
Got it. Wow.
That's
like, really creative.
I found this. But yeah, it was really, they're really creative folks. They do that stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. G-Man also asks, since Mario Golf 64's 20th anniversary is this Tuesday, what was your favorite moment of the game?
What's your favorite moment of the game, Rebecca?
Realizing right now that it exists.
I love Mario Golf, absolutely. So I have a bunch of them. Obviously, World Tour was amazing, and all the fun we had around World Tour was amazing. Mario Golf on Switch is just okay, but we did have a few fun nights playing it together, especially me and Jason. We've sat online on Twitch or Discord playing that a few times. It's been great. My favorite moments playing Mario Golf are Mario Golf 64 with my wife when we were in high school. I bought her a 64. She never had games. Her parents didn't allow in the house. So I bought her a 64 with the Yoshi game, Mario 64, and Mario Golf. And she really liked Mario Golf because it wasn't like something you didn't have to have gamer dexterity to play.
Yeah.
You line up it was very easy.
Take your time with it.
Exactly. We would just, and she loves, I think, so there's a bunch. The characters in the game, if you spam the C buttons, they say things. And if you spam one of the C buttons for Peach a lot, it makes it sound like she's saying bitch over and over and over again. Which my wife,
like the funniest thing when you're in high school.
She still thinks it's the funniest thing. Like when we play now, when it came to NSO, she was doing the same thing. The whole time I'm trying to swing, she's like, this
N64 era games and like sounding like inappropriate things. Like, so long, Gay Bowser. Like,
oh, here you go. Kyle says, I still have the clip where you made that 69-foot putt, Donnie. I remember that. That was cool. I kind of wish that the next Mario Golf, not that they're going to, I want them to go back to like the RPG, like GBA style. Like, I would love for them to come out with another Mario Golf that was like 2D,
good.
Like, yeah, sprite based, but like a long, big RPG story. That'd be great.
That would be. Instead
of them trying to like make it multiplayer service game, I would like, how about we just do
awesome
that
won't sell as well.
Player, story.
It'll be a better game, but it won't sell to the cash people.
Yeah, you're right.
Is this Cody?
I think so.
C0DI. Do you think Nintendo will price cut one or all of their Switch systems to give it one last boost before the Switch next gen releases?
Recent history says no. Like, they never cut the Wii U despite it being terrible.
I don't think they need to.
And yeah, I mean, I think that's the point. I think the price cut was the Lite. The Lite is the price cut.
I don't even see them cutting it after the next gen releases.
Oh, I mean, that would make most sense, because if they're going to sell the next one, if it's going to be expensive, what if the Switch 2 is like $500? It's like $499. That would make sense, because the current Switch is like what, $350 or $390? Like, isn't it? It's still over $300, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like the new OLED.
Yeah, it's like $350, I think.
Yeah, so that would make sense to leave it, actually, to leave the Switch on the shelves to make the new one seem that much better.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea, though. I wish they would cut the Switch. I think the Switch, like the regular Switch, should be no more than $200. The Switch Lite should be like, it should be $99. And then the Switch OLED should be like $299.
They did that with the Wii. They sold like a Wii Mini for $99, didn't they?
Yeah, it was also like really hard to crack. That was another reason that revision came. People couldn't mod it as easily.
Right.
I like that little revision. I was going to say mod, because it's almost like a mod itself. That's a cool Wii.
Mm-hmm.
Had like the top loader and stuff. It was nice.
Yeah, I never had one.
Yeah, it's much smaller, which is saying a lot.
It is.
Like the Wii is,
but it doesn't have GameCube support.
Did you see my PlayStation?
No.
I have to send you a picture in chat.
Okay.
I got these gray plates and a gray controller. So it looks like an OG PlayStation, but it's the new one. It's PlayStation.
Oh, that's cool. I put a atomic blue case on it, shell. Yeah.
You have to show me yours.
Yeah, it's cool. Robbie says, what Switch game do you want to get next gen upgrades on the Switch 2 the most? Give me a top 3. Oh, that looks really sleek. I like that.
Just send it to you.
Yeah.
Next gen upgrades on Switch 2 the most. Bayonetta 3. That game is just kind of hard to play in its current state. The GTA games, they are also pretty rough on Switch. So I'd like to see them get patched. Which is funny because Red Dead is actually really nice on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But the GTA trilogy things, they barely run on Switch. They're fine until you start driving around, which is a problem because most of the time you're driving around. Do you got anything?
I don't know. Because I really don't know if I would go back to anything.
Well, when you put it that way, I absolutely will go back to Breath of the Wild. So if I can include that, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's one they're probably going to get me on. They're probably going to sell that to me again at $70, and then I'll buy it. Yeah, I will.
Can I get a next gen upgrade of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that runs like a normal game?
That is the answer. Could they just fix Scarlet? It's really bad. They should have never done that.
Yeah.
So.
Nick says, with Monster Hunter Wilds being announced, we didn't even talk about that.
Yes.
Age of Calamity is a good one.
That's a good one.
We didn't talk about Monster Hunter Wilds. Do you think it launches on the Switch 2? Nick asks.
They didn't announce it for Switch, did they? Or did they?
No, I don't think so.
I would think it's probably a good bet that if Switch is capable, they'll bring it. But yeah, this is their console version. So
I think it definitely comes to the Switch 2. Definitely.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
I think on that sale, I think you can pick up Monster Hunter Rise for $10 right now.
I really want to get into Monster Hunter.
I wish I could. I've tried, and it's not for me. I love it. It looks cool. It looks fun. Mm-hmm. It has some of the coolest special editions and special controllers. I wish I was a Monster Hunter player.
Me too.
But every time I play it, I'm just, I don't play with people. I don't play with squads. When I play by myself, I don't like it. So I can't.
Yeah. I think it does launch on the Switch 2. I do.
I don't know if it launches. Maybe it comes later. Maybe it comes out and then a year later comes a Switch. But we'll see. Maybe they're already working on it. That's a really good guess. I'll give it that.
Yeah. Drew asks, what's your favorite fast food go-to?
What's yours?
I'm not really into fast food. Really. I don't.
It's gonna be tough for you, right? Because you're a vegan.
No, I'm not vegan. I'm not even vegetarian.
Oh, I thought you were.
No. I don't eat beef.
Oh, is that it?
That's it.
Oh, because I'm you're making me question everything I thought I knew in the moment. I'm having a serious. I'm okay, Donnie. I know you consumed.
I wish I was vegetarian. I really wish I was.
That's
vegetarian.
it. So it's just not beef.
Yeah.
Okay. So chicken is
Popeyes.
Fun.
Popeyes is so freaking good.
So we talked about this on PSVG a couple of weeks ago. Who has the best chicken sandwich? And I think Dev said Popeyes, and Delvin listened to the show, and he also was like Popeyes. So I ordered Popeyes, and it was atrocious.
What?
My chicken wasn't all the way cooked. So, and they forgot the red beans and rice and the macaroni and cheese, which is this is
okay. You got to give it another chance. It sounds like you had a fluke.
Experience when I go to Popeyes here. My Popeyes
go to a different one.
Yeah, I have to because it's just bad. It's a terrible place.
Popeyes is so good.
So, yeah, my favorites. I don't know. I think I'm a fan of Arby's, and probably Panda Express.
Okay,
if that counts.
I used to like Chick-fil-A, but they're homophobic, so I don't eat there anymore.
Their chicken sandwich is a little overrated. It's okay. It's not great.
I like their waffle fries.
My favorite spicy chicken sandwich that I've ever had was there's a place called Culver's
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Okay.
That's down south.
Is it? Yeah, like I don't know what this is, but there's one next to my my doctor's office.
Yeah.
And you have to wait in line because everything is like made to cook, like made to order. And their spicy chicken sandwich is amazing. It's so
Josh
good.
goes there.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't eat McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or any of that nasty crap. I get coffee from McDonald's. That's it. Although, like every once in a while, I'll have a craving for their chicken McNuggets. Like when I want something that's like not food and I like want to feel really horrible about myself. Like
you remind me so much of my daughter. Like she does that. She really gets and she'll be like, Dad, can you order me chicken McNugget? Like out of nowhere, out of the blue.
That's
like, and I'll order like because like ours have like a family pack of like 50. Like 50 chicken nuggets for like $15. Like
and then you eat them and then you feel bad about your life afterwards.
And then she loves it. Those and fries. She just wants chicken nuggets and fries.
But like only once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then finally, F2P Joe says, please ask this question on both podcasts as I want to hear Devin and Rebecca answers as well. The year is 2074, 50 years from now. Are we alive? And then
that's the next sentence.
All of us but Delvin have probably moved on. Donnie went a long time ago. Oh no. How do you see gaming in 50 years? 5, 6, 7. I'll be alive. I'll be 80.
Definitely am not. Like you've got it spot on.
I'll be alive. I'll be thriving. Gaming in 50 years. I'm gonna be like in the nursing home, like playing A Link to the Past on like the Super Nintendo X Wii U Deluxe.
Sounds like a McDonald's meal.
And I'll be talking about how sprite-based games were, the good times, and all of this holographic stuff. It's just not the same.
It's not it. You'll have AI that'll just make your pixel games for you.
Oh God, you're right.
Do you want the see the world in 50 years? The hell with gaming.
Oh, we might. Yeah, the world might not exist. That's true. That's a good point. 50 years, no one's gonna be here.
Yeah, the cynicism, he says, 50 years from now, everything has been converged into our corporate globo gym bots. So you will be playing your latest great Mario on the Amazon Switch 4 and like the Fire tablet, the Nintendo Fire tablet from Amazon. You'll be playing your new Mario game on. Like, I don't know. It'll probably be something like that. The Comcast Power Station 5. The world will turn into a Waker.
what was 50 years ago from now?
So it's not
74?
2000. Like I remind myself, it's not 2000. So we're not talking 1950s, we're talking 1970s.
74.
That's a world and day difference.
Yeah.
Like a huge difference. If you could go back to 1974 and show people the time we're living in.
Yeah.
That would blow their minds. So I don't know. It's twice as bad as it is now. Would be like a good guess.
We're so pessimistic.
There's not a whole lot to be optimistic about. What is there to be optimistic for?
Nothing.
Right. For like the
I legitimately can't think of one good thing.
We'll have a lot of folks move on, right? So we'll have younger people become elected. There you go.
There you go. That's great.
There's your hope.
Yeah, I like that.
Damage has been done, though. It's too late. The feel good
podcast. I mean, we're realists.
Yeah.
You're not going to get any bullshit from us.
That seemed to get a lot of the chat.
Pokemon will still look like shit.
Oh God, you're right. Maybe AI can help.
There's going to be 2,300 Pokemon. There's going to be a mouse that's electric, that's like orange. Oh, wait, we already have that.
Yeah.
It's like
they're just going to do
purple.
different color variants of Pikachu, like Eevee. They just become multiple chews. Anyway. Fun show.
Xbox Showcase at the top of the hour.
I'm ready to Xbox. Sean's crew, he's in the chat, give him the plug. Sean's crew, they'll be streaming it live. So if you want to go watch it and hang out with people, you can do that. I'll be watching it by myself. I'm going to order some food.
Tell them what channel?
Carpool Gaming, twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming, or their YouTube. And I'll probably, if I can find a link to it, I'll probably tweet it out.
Yeah.
So you can go hang out with him if you want to watch people watch it live. We'll be tweeting and sharing all the things. In the Discord, I set up a Summer Games Fest, like a Game Mess links channel. So I'm not just like plowing over everybody's conversation with links and videos and trailers. So I put all of that stuff there. It's a read-only channel.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then we can talk about it. So if you want to catch up on things, if you missed anything, we've got a channel with all kinds of. You see how my manic brain at work. You can see all of the articles and clips of videos that come through.
Love it. I'm going to be playing more of those demos today, so I'll talk about them next week. Playing Big Run while I watch Josh cry that there's no Banjo-Kazooie announcement.
And then tonight, we will be having a podcast. It'll be on the channel. We'll have an Xbox show recap podcast later this evening. I think we should start at 8 p.m. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the Xbox show, you don't have to wait too long.
Yeah, I'll tune in.
But I'm excited because I can sit down and go over the notes and everything and set up the show how I want to.
Cool.
So yeah, Jess, that'll be kind of like the Sweet Hangs later today.
Nice. All right, that'll do it. Good show, good stuff, good video games. We love it. And Nintendo Direct on the horizon.
Yep. Whenever that happens, we'll record that day.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep a lookout. Whenever it happens, just know we're recording that evening.
Yep. All right, we will see you next time, Koopalings. Have a good one.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?